been from a negative signaling, either that, and I'll give you an example. So I, start getting asked to give all these keynote speeches. I'm talking all over about the 5-second rule to all these big corporations. And over the course of a number of years, I become the single most successful female speaker on the planet.
That's awesome.
Period. And I could still, to this day, do 365 speeches a year if I wanted to, which I don't. And so here I am at the top of my game, which I worked my ass off to become. How? I'll tell you how. I started as a beginner. And I took on this mindset of I am going to study the best people. And I am not going to study what they do on the stage. I'm going to study what they do when people aren't watching. Because that's where success actually comes from. If you want to be successful at something, figure out all the things that you have to do when no one's watching and do them better than anybody else. And for me, I did that. I just worked my craft. I worked the skill. I was a student of it. I just honed and honed and honed and honed until I became in a category of one. Because, when I first started, when you have $800,000 in debt and liens on your house, you will say yes to anything.
For sure.
Yes to anything. And so I was maniacally focused on pay off our bills, pay off our bills, pay off our bills, pay off our bills. And then once we got the liens off the house and the debt settled, then I was like, get the savings back, get the savings back, get the savings back. And then I was like, college savings, college savings, college savings, college savings. That's what it was about for me. And then, of course, like the stories that kept coming in about people really connecting with the 5-second rule and the fact that you're one decision away from a different life. And you need to push your ass through all the excuses and all the feelings and start taking action. And so this restlessness, though, started to come up. And so what I'm telling you right now is that if you're in your life and you get in your car and you drive to work and you feel this restlessness, either about the work and the job that you're headed to, or the neighborhood that you're living in, or the roommate or the spouse that you live with, fucking pay attention to that. Because that is a signal from deep within you that is hardwired into your natural intelligence and your DNA, trying to wake your ass up and to get you to take your life seriously. And when you can look at those negative emotions as your soul and your body's own attempt to get you to make a pivot, to get you to care about yourself, to get you to start taking your time back and chipping away at the things that will bring more joy and fulfillment to your life, or simply working on your relationship, that's the beginning of all change. And so, to me, how I went from speaking to now the podcast is I just noticed, I'm jealous of Lewis. I'm jealous of Jay. I'm jealous of all my friends that have these podcasts. And then, of course, I would say, I'm too late. Fucking Rob Dahl's been doing this shit for, since 2015. Who am I to get on there? They're already talking about this. I don't have anything new to say. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, there's always going to be an excuse not to do something. And those excuses will rob you of everything that your life could be. And so I just made a decision, I guess it would be 3 years ago now, that I was going to pay attention to this jealousy, because it had been around since I had left the radio business and I started seeing podcasting. But I was so busy paying off my bills and so busy building the speaking business and so busy self-publishing books that I didn't have time to do anything. And when I finally made a decision that I need to get off the road, I realized there's 6 million podcasts on Spotify alone. I realize I have a million excuses, but I am not going to go to my deathbed regretting that I didn't try this, because I can feel myself aching to try this thing.